Hi, I'm Paul Franks. I was born in Newcastle originally, but I've lived in Essex since 1981. I work as an analytical chemist in Chelmsford. I work part-time now. I've been painting for about 25 years. Most of the work I do is watercolour in quite a small scale. But occasionally I like to try something a bit different, hence the bridge and the other painting in the exhibition. I had the idea of the bridge for a painting I saw in the Royal Academy several years ago by Roger de Grey. We did a bridge in France, and I thought I could possibly do something similar with the old bridge, which is actually a lot bigger and more impressive than the bridge he painted. So I went along and had a walk around and took a lot of photos from different angles, and eventually settled on this view, which I like because you get the bridge receding into the distance, and you also get the buildings there to give a sense of scale. Well, this is a landscape in Tenerife, up in the mountains near Mount Taylor, and it's one that I painted 2 years ago. It is based on some photos that I took over 20 years ago. And I was just looking for something a bit different from my normal stuff to do, and I had a look at these photos and thought I could make something of that. It's actually a composite of two, that half and that half, which I've sort of fiddled a bit to get one painting. Yes, I wanted to get the idea of the heat and the sun. Although it's actually about 7,000 feet up, so it's not always that hot. Well, it was a big surprise really, because as I couldn't get the private view. The first I knew of it was when the cheque came in the post. So yes, it was a nice surprise. But it's interesting that someone at Chelmsford Art Society said to me, if you put that in the Beecroft, you might win a prize. But I didn't believe him, but he was right. Well, there's a Chelmsford Art Society, and there's a lot of little local societies which get together for talks and demonstrations, and some of them for sort of painting groups. But there isn't an art gallery. When I started, it was a very traditional watercolour painter called James Fletcher Watson. I bought his book originally to learn from, but there's been lots of others over the years. On the oil painting side, I think David Curtis, who's a Yorkshire artist.